Hi, Brian Hamrick here with a special announcement about the RPOA's annual Michigan Landlord and Real Estate Investor Conference and Expo, which is happening this February of 2023. And I'm here with one of our featured national speakers, Tom Zeeb, whose presentation is all about winning with the negotiation stack. Tom will be speaking Thursday, February 23rd at 3:30 p.m. at the DeVos Place Conference Center in downtown Grand Rapids. How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great, Brian. How are you?
Awesome. Thanks for joining us today. And I'm really looking forward to hearing you speak at the annual conference. Tell us about your topic.
Great. So the topic is winning with the negotiation stack. It's about negotiation because every investor of every level, brand new, intermediate, advanced, whether you're a landlord or a rehabber or you do commercial or multi-unit, it doesn't matter. Everybody needs to negotiate. And yet it's never taught in school, which I find strange because it's the number one most money-making skill of all time. And yet it's not taught. So I want to make sure I teach it, and not just teach it in general, but teach my specific approach to it, which I call the negotiation stack. Stack's an acronym, but it's also means because you can put the different techniques together in any order that you need them in. So when you learn it, you learn to kind of custom build a negotiation for each and every person you deal with.
Fantastic. And how much psychology is involved in that negotiation stack?
A lot, strangely. So I try to break it down in a non professorial way on the psychology side. So look, so much of it is human psychology, the way people respond, the way people act. You can learn to anticipate that because people are very, it may not seem that way, but they're very consistent with the way they approach business decisions. And so when you learn some standardized patterns to recognize, then when you know them, you know which order to put my stack into when you're negotiating.
And it seems like in this high interest rate environment, like interest rates have practically doubled overnight, that negotiation stack really becomes more important, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I'm biased, okay, but I'm going to say it's more important than ever right now, given what's happening. And some of that is, look, business is going to keep moving, and it's going to be up to creative real estate investors like us, like the people that are going to be attending the conference, to move ahead no matter what's happening, because we're not going to let our businesses, falter and turn into nothing, because then our personal lives and our families would have nothing. So we can't do that. So we have to get more and more creative. So no matter what happens with interest rates or what happens with the market, creative real estate investors like us are going to have to learn to figure out how to put great deals together. And when you're putting a great deal together, particularly when it's not a standard process like everything's been the last few years when things have been good, when you got to put a deal together, that means negotiating. That means understanding the psychology of people. And then how do you interface with that to get the best deal for you that still solves that motivated seller's problem?
Tell our listeners why they need to be in the room on February 23rd at 3:30 p.m. at DeVos Place Conference Center. Why do they need to be in the room to hear you speak live?
I would be there because I am quite sure that even if you pick up just one nugget out of the many nuggets that I'm going to be teaching, one can absolutely revolutionize your business going forward. I think two things are going to happen, Brian. First off, when you get those nuggets, you're going to go, oh no, I could have saved that deal, or I could have made that into a better deal, or I left money on the table. There will be a tinge of regret from that. But then you look forward and you go, yeah, but when I use that now, when I use what Tom taught me going forward, things are going to be great.
Thanks, Tom. I'm really looking forward to hearing you speak. I love talking about negotiations. I love learning about negotiations, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say. To let everyone know, the RPOA annual conference, it's kind of a two-part conference this year. The first day is Wednesday, February 22nd, and that's going to be the Short-Term Rental Association's day. There's going to be people speaking on the short-term rental space. And then the Thursday and Friday, the 23rd and the 24th, that's the annual regular RPOA annual conference. And that's all, again, it's at the DeVos Place Conference Center or Convention Center in downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you want to register or find out more, you can go to www.michiganreiconference.com to check it out. Tom, thanks so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you that day.
Likewise. Thanks, Brian.